So Disney, of course, was facing a lot of cancellations of their streaming platform after the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live, short-lived as it was. And on the other hand, Netflix was facing a ton of cancellations and calls for boycott due to Elon Musk signal boosting the message that Netflix is pushing transgender ideology on child audiences. A lot of examples were being spread at the time. This was only a few weeks ago, but they were mostly shows.
In internet time, it was a lifetime ago.
Yeah, they were mostly shows on Netflix that either had come out years ago or were already canceled for years at the point they were getting reposted and circulated again. And it seems like the boycotters of Disney, of course, were from the political left because they feel they need to avenge the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel and stand for free speech by canceling Disney Plus. And a bunch of celebrities were performatively participating in it. I remember Noah Centineo posting the screenshot of him canceling the subscription that he just started minutes before.
For a year.
Yeah, it was just insane.
For the year subscription.
And then, of course, the Netflix boycotts and cancellations were from the political right, ostensibly. Hence, the culture war in general being the #1 enemy of Hollywood right now.
So it looks like Netflix's shares dropped about 7% on Wednesday, and they had a third quarter earnings fail. Now, that's not to say that they lost money. Netflix always seems to make money, but what happened was they had a 6-quarter streak where basically they would exceed whatever the analyst predictions were. And in this case, it fell short, and the company cited this $619 million dispute with Brazil over taxes. And basically it says that Brazil levies like a 10% tax on outbound payments for services, royalties, or license use. And Netflix files this under cost of doing business. So it shows up under the cost of revenue category rather than their regular income tax, which is basically cost of revenue is treated as part of an expense of running a service in a specific place rather than a tax on their profits. But that was apparently weighing down their ledger sheet for them this time around. I just love the idea, however, that $619 million. We bandy about. I've been using that term a lot lately in videos. We bandy about the budgets of these movies. You know, these 250, the money that Netflix drops to make Red Notice, which is like the second most watched thing on their platform now after K-pop Demon Hunters or whatever. And they have these huge budgets. They pay Ryan Reynolds. I almost said Ryan Phillippe. They pay Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, and Gal Gadot millions upon millions of dollars. And you're like, where do they get the money for this? Well, they're just, they're getting $619 million taxes, tax levies from the country of Brazil. Like, the amount of money that they're pulling in must be insane.
So now they have lost 1.2 million subscribers since 2022.
I mean, that's old numbers. They don't even give their subscriber growth anymore. So that's just
weird.
Old information. Like, they don't have to. Like, Disney has taken to the same practice in the last 2 quarters. They're no longer announcing like total subscribers at the end of a quarter.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then Disney, it says, lost 3. Let's go over here to this article from Fox Business. Disney lost 3 million subscribers in the month of September, twice as much as the 3-month average, which is about 1.2 million subscribers over 3 months. The churn rate for the number of customers that stop using the service in a given time. So they'll do monthly churn rate, quarterly churn rate, yearly churn rate. It jumped from about 4% to 8%. Hulu lost 4.1 million subscribers as well. That's up from 1.9 million the month prior. Now, what they don't tell you in this, which of course we found in the Variety article afterwards, is actually buried in the bottom of the Fox Business article, which is that, yes, they lost 4 million subscribers, but both services added over 2 million new subscribers to each platform, not total, 2 to each platform, which is a 10% and a 5% increase platform-wide, respectively.
Variety pointed out that both Disney Plus and Hulu had higher signups in September than the 2 prior months.
I really hope that wasn't people on the right, like, owning the libs. Like, I
What?
really hope that's not, like, I'm going to sign.
Canceling and then signing back up.
Well, no, because it was the left that was canceling Disney. Like, I hope they weren't like, I'm going to sign up for Disney Plus because they canceled Jimmy Kimmel. Like,
I hope not.
I would.
Yeah.
That would fill me with secondhand embarrassment of levels I can't even explain.
Disney Plus had 2.18 million new subscribers, and Hulu had 2.11 million, according to estimates. In addition, the number of gross ads for September for both Disney Plus and Hulu saw a market share of 14% each. And for the 12-month period from September of 2024 to 2025, Disney Plus signups averaged 1.99 million and Hulu averaged 2.25 million.
So I was trying to explain churn rate. So basically think of it like this. It's like the number of subscribers lost during a period over the total number of subscribers that start at the start of the period. So if they have 100 million subscribers and they end with 95, they lost 5 million subscribers. So with 100 million subscribers total at the start, that means it's like a 5% churn rate. So the lower the churn rate, the better it is for your platform. It means that less people are canceling in a given time. So even if you add 2 million subscribers, that doesn't help a whole lot if your churn rate gives you numbers higher than who are adding
They
to the
also
platform.
mentioned Disney, following in the footsteps of Netflix and others, will stop reporting the number of subscribers for its streaming services, saying the metric has, quote, become less meaningful to evaluating the performance of our businesses.
Well, I mean, that's honestly
Jan.
no. So the thing is, though, is now that they've added like free ad supported tier, like it actually matters more. Like
On
what
Disney?
Like, well,
There's
Disney
a
has
free tier?
no. Disney has ad supported, so you still have to pay for it,
Of course.
but it's ad supported, so they make money. They make revenue off of the ads that are on there as well. So it actually matters what they signed up for. Theoretically, you could be better off. Disney could be better off with you paying less money per month for the highest tier, as long as they've got eyeballs on the. In historically, at least last year or the year before, they weren't doing the numbers they wanted to under fast data, meaning that they wanted higher numbers for their free ad supported tier, except for it's not free. It's like past, not fast. It's paid ad supported tier. But they weren't getting the numbers that they wanted there. But they want more eyeballs on that ad-supported tier because it puts more eyeballs on the actual ads, which means they can charge more to these companies that are then running ads on their platforms.
But all of the streaming services are also hiking their prices on every
HBO
tier.
just did.
HBO
Effective immediately.
did zero warning, zero notice, and now the lowest tier of HBO Max is $10.99 a month.
I think it was 11. Wasn't it like 11? It was like another $1.
Was it? Was it really?
And that was on top of their stock hitting its highest price ever because of, or it's like highest price in like ages, because there's all of this interest coming now from Paramount Skydance, from Comcast, and from supposedly from Netflix. Netflix has actually scoffed at this. They said they have no interest in any of it. I don't know if I believe that. I believe that Netflix would have an interest in their streaming platform and their movies, and no interest in their networks, like the stuff on Discovery. Like, they don't have any interest in the television side of things, but they have an interest in the streaming side and the movie side. But with all of this interest coming from these other businesses, now the stock has hit like record numbers for HBO, for Warner Brothers.
I'm just like, how is anyone affording these platforms?
Yeah.
Like, you pretty much have to choose one or nothing.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can spend hundreds a month on all of them.
I mean, the only one that makes them, like, one that I'll always have Amazon Prime, because I'm
In this
always going to
economy,
want things delivered.
I was also like looking at flight prices last night, and I was just like, how the hell is anyone traveling ever anywhere?
Yeah.
Literally, how? I don't understand what's going on in the economy.
The world is too expensive.
Yeah, truly everything. And I just found out that airlines don't have to refund you when they cancel your flight anymore. So that's cool. Just imagine all the revenue they could save.
Yeah.
By
Is that true?
That is true.
Okay.
That's a new development. I think that it was the Trump administration.
Well, no, they did the thing where they were supposed to recredit you immediately if your flight get canceled,
They
and then
don't.
that got like overturned.
They don't have to do that.
Yeah, but it's bad for business if they don't.
I know that's why they did it, but it's still infuriating.
So the thing is, guys, is look, the culture war being what it is, these are going to go in waves, right? The thing is a lot of people have very short memories. We'll get to that 20 in just a second. Like, people have very short memories. They're going to cancel Netflix, and Netflix might suffer more from the conservative side. The conservatives might stand on their values, cancel Netflix, and not go back. A lot of them, they brag about not knowing what's going on in pop culture anyways, so it doesn't matter. But like the Disney side, they're just going to wait it out. They're going to wait you out, and then the people who are like, why did I cancel? Oh, Jimmy Kimmel. I got to get, the new Hulu show. Paradise Season 2 is coming out.
They don't need to worry about this stuff because most people, most of their customers are not politically engaged.
Correct.
So
we got two
give a couple 20s. Rural Conservative said, finally watched the Ritual movie. I was excited to see it since Erling is my hometown. It was a decent movie. The only thing that bothered me was the historical inaccuracies, like the habits, and there are no catacombs.
Like, I don't know what the movie is, but I'm guessing that catacombs being added was purely for visual aesthetic.
There were no catacombs.
Oh,
apparently.
Okay. Oh, he says, and there are no catacombs. So maybe he's saying that. I don't know if he's saying that there were catacombs in the movie.
I don't know.
Okay, so,
I forget what that movie was.
But very rarely, especially like, here's the thing. When you get something made about a place where you live, it's never going to be accurate to where, like, you as an insider
well, unless you
know,
live in New York or LA.
Even then,
it's like
even this. How many times do you watch a show in like New York City and they're like, so they're on the main street and there's people walking around, so they have to block off like an entire street to do that, so they can have the people walking, so it feels like New York. But then they go down a side street, and there's nobody there. Yeah. It's the emptiest side street in history. Or they go and pull up to an apartment building and there's just parking. Just Doris Day parking right in front. That's not a real thing. Not in the real world. That's not how things work. So you have to make, allowances for that stuff.
Pop Culture Junkie said Disney has been making much more money from the ad-supported tier than originally anticipated because their audience turned out to be people that are almost impossible to reach with broadcast TV, with the exception of NFL.
And they own ESPN. So, yeah. Yeah, ads, like, it's so funny. It's like everyone's just going around the world to end up right back where they were before with ads being shown. And I have my own rules when it comes to ads. So I will watch old TV shows with ads. I will not watch new TV shows with ads, nor any movies with ads.
Why?
Old TV shows, when I watch them with ads, it feels like I'm watching it just on, like you would have watched it back before streaming was a thing. So ads would have been the matter of course. I would have never bought a season of a TV show without having watched it first. So I never would have experienced it without ads.
But do they take care to add to place the ads where the commercial breaks were?
Rarely.
Okay, so
Rarely.
there you go.
That's
like defeats the purpose.
So that is actually one of the most annoying things. So there have been more than a couple of examples where, because when you were watching things on streaming, there are no natural places, there are no natural breaks for ads. But when you watched it on television, it was literally the end of a scene.
Yeah.
And what would happen, they'd place the ad and it would happen like literally right before the scene ends. And then it would just pick right back up. That was infuriating, but also oddly rewarding. But when it comes to movies, I never watched movies on television. I only watched them either on DVD or I guess VHS or in the theaters. So I never experienced them with ads. So the only time I will watch anything with ads is if it's old television. I will watch old episodes of Hercules or Walker, Texas Ranger with ads if I don't have Hulu on. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.